Is Scream 7 really that bad? Yeah. Yeah, it is. If I had to give it a score, I'd honestly give it like a 4 out of 10, like a below average movie. Is it the worst movie of all time? No, it's not. But it is not a movie that you would rewatch. At least for me anyway. Maybe it's different for you, but for me personally, I'm probably not gonna rewatch this. The kills in this movie, phenomenal. I don't know who's in charge of that, but whoever is in charge of that, clap it up. They did a phenomenal job. They're gory. I love it. I love every single. A couple of them are a little lackluster, but phenomenal. The ones they really showed on screen, they were great. The plots, the reveal of the ghost face and the motives, terrible. Let's talk about it. Uh, the plot. So the entire arc of the story is Sydney's daughter Tatum, right? She's like the main character, and she's like her entire goal in this movie is she doesn't want to be a victim, she wants to be a fighter. But the way she goes about it was very, very crazy. She's like, "Yeah, you named me after a victim. Why? Hello, excuse me." But before that, right? She's like, "Okay, why aren't you telling me about your past? Like, why don't you want to talk about it?" And I'm like, why should she talk about it, dude? Like, it's all over movies. This entire movie franchise based off of her life. By the way, it's insane. And then there's a whole bunch of these documentaries and stories and articles about what happened. There's a whole museum, which is the opening of the movie that's shown in the trailer, which was really really good, but it was disconnected from everything in the movie. It's like whatever. We move past that. It's like okay, her everything about what happened in the first couple movies is everywhere. Like it's literally everywhere, except like four, which I don't really talk about in a franchise like that. Everything else, one, two, and three, were all talked about to a crazy extent, right? So you know what happened. You know everything that went down, especially in the first movie, because that's the most referenced movie in the entire series, as it should. So you know the traumatic stuff that happened. You know that you're named after someone that died. And she's like, "Yeah, I kind of don't want to talk about it." You should probably get a hint that you probably shouldn't act like that. Like that's crazy. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's how I view it. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Then we meet like her group of friends. They have the school play. They're acting out their scenes or whatever. And then the school director of the play, he's like, "Yeah, I wanted you to be in this mascot costume because I thought you had that dog in you, pun intended. But you don't got that dog in you. You not Sydney. Like, you Sydney's daughter, but you not Sydney." I'm like, yo, that's is that not crazy, bro? Like, who says that? What kind of teacher says that? Like, yo, I get it. I hired you because you're the daughter of a victim. I thought you're gonna be just like your mother. Like, bro, who does that, right? But then we had the scene with Stu. He's like, "Yeah, I'm in front of your daughter's high school. I'm gonna get her. We're gonna get to the Stu stuff in a minute." She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get your daughter, right?" She comes in, they do the thing, yada yada yada. He kills two people, right? I think her name is Hannah. I think her name is. She's like on this little stage thing where they lift it up and they go back and forth. She's stuck in the air. She's going back and forth over and over. Ghostface is standing there. He's taking little slices, right? Slice her arm, slice her leg, and then he just takes one good and then just all her guts. It was super brutal, super crazy. I loved it. I loved the kills in the entire movie were just so good. And then the other dude who was like the shy dude, he just gets off screen. He's one little. That's it. It's like, all right. Now I want you to take note, right? The friend group is like 6 people. 2 of them are already gone. That becomes very important in a minute, right? So we move forward, right? Yada yada yada. She comes home. They're talking to, they're interviewing all the people, all the kids, the teachers and stuff. So they go home, right? The police check their home. All clear to me. It's a giant attic right above me. But hey, I feel like I shouldn't check that because who would possibly be in an attic? I mean, come on, like who? If there was a place to hide, why would someone ever think to hide in an attic? Right? So they packing up. So we gotta go. Get your stuff. We're leaving. Ghostface comes down. I love this. I like the scene. The scene was really really good. I like it. And then the husband Mark, they fighting, they going, they scrapping. His push him down the stairs. Right, he gets the knife, hawking him down. Right, they hide in this little bunker thing. They go down now in the little wall. It was in the trailer. Right, he just stabbing through the wall. Right, like stabbing through the wall. Right, really really good, really really tense. I loved it. I wish they didn't show it in the trailer. I wish we had just saved that for the movie. But I get it. Trailers show everything nowadays. It's crazy. But really, really good scene. They get outside, they fighting, they yada yada yada. And he just gets ran over. He just ran over. I'm like, whoa, all right. And it turns out it's Gail and the twins. And it's like, yeah, I'm glad you're here, yada yada yada. Let's get it. Let's record them. Because now the twins are like reporters now for some reason. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, they're reporters now. They're reporting on it. They're like, okay, who is this? Let's reveal the ghost face. It's a dude that, I kid you not, had like 3 seconds of screen time. Like 3 seconds of screen time. When he literally grabbed, like, she works at she owns a coffee shop for something, like a public coffee shop. But anyway, so he gets the coffee. He's like, that's it. That's the only time we ever see him. And that's the problem with this entire movie. We're going to get to in a minute. But all three, because there's three of them in this movie. There's three ghost faces. All three we barely see in the movie. But let's continue. So now Gail and Sydney are talking at the little table. They get a call from Stu. They're like, yeah, dude, weren't you fired? This is why you were fired, yada, yada, yada. And then you can interpret this as like a shot at Melissa Barrera if you want to. They were like, yeah, you were fired. And Gail was like, no, I wasn't fired. My contract ended. It's like, you could interpret it as a shot. It could be, but it's very on the nose if it is. But yeah, they say, yeah, you got fired, yada, yada, yada. And then they decide, you know what? We got to come together one more time and get this man out of here. You feel me? We got to get him out. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do an interview. You feel me? We're going to do an interview to draw him out. You feel me? We're gonna go to a psychiatric ward, see about what's going on, and then we're gonna do an interview. Right? They go to the psychiatric ward, right? And the guy, he's like, yeah, he was here. He's, he never talked about him, but he's crazy. He killed like 3 people in the past. He's a really crazy, he's a terrible person. He's in an insane asylum for a reason. And they're like, have you seen someone named Stu? Like this guy? They're like, that's John. They're like, John, whoa, he's here? He's like, yeah, that's John Doe. We don't know his name, but I seen his face. And they're like, okay, when did he get released? It was like 2 weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was like, okay. Maybe it is Stu. Maybe it's Stu all along. So now, all right, we'll do the interview. We're going to draw him out. We're going to have the phone right here. We're going to do this interview. We're going to make a call on TV. We're going to trace him. We're going to get him, right? So do the interview, right? Yada, yada, yada. They're going back and forth at each other. He doesn't call. It's like, all right. They hang up. Gail says something that Sydney doesn't like. She storms off. She's like, all right, you doing a little too much, G. Come on now. What's up with that? And Gail was like, hey, fam, I wanted this for 30 years, G. I'm getting my interview. You wanted it, I'm giving it to you. I have questions, okay? So they get a call now. Okay, they get a call. They're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention the twins and the daughter. They're like, yeah, we're gonna come put them all the friend group in one place. Why? Why would you do that? Anyway, so like, okay, yeah, well, I'm with your daughter at the bar. And I'm like, she's not at the bar. She's at home. She is not at home. She is indeed not at home. Right. So at the bar, right, we see Ghostface. It's like, all right, I gotta go. The daughter, she's like, all right, I gotta go see my mom. We gotta go. Right. So the boyfriend and her go. And in the car is like the laptop, right? The whole AI stew thing. They're like, huh? So it was you? He's like, no, that wasn't me. I'm just seeing if it worked. He's like, I don't know if I trust that. He's like, yo, you gotta trust me, G. That's not me. And he just clocks him with it. I'm like, dang, just straight clocks him with it. But meanwhile, inside the bar, right, they split up, right? The black girl, she's like, all right, the pizza is burning. I gotta go get it. And then the creepy dude, they keep calling him creepy dude. I don't even know his name. They just call him creepy dude. And he said, all right, I'm going to the bathroom. And the twins are sitting there like, huh, the two people we suspect is gone. Are all gone. Let's leave. Let's get out of here, right? So they locked in. They going from door to door like, oh man, we locked. What do we do? We gotta go through the kitchen, right? So now the black girl in Ghostface are in the kitchen, right? She hiding, she bobbing and weaving. And she get the, I don't know what this utensil is, but it's like this little round spiky thing. She's swinging that thing, hiss, missing like straight, all misses. I like not. She got a couple little hits, I'm not gonna lie, a couple hits in there, but then no avail, right? And then the Chad comes in. He's like, "Oh, you good? You good?" She gets stabbed him with it. The sword fell, sword for us. The knife fell. She stabbed him right in the joint, right? And then Ghostface comes in, takes it out, and there's one stab. I'm surprised he only got stabbed once. Shout out to his organs. I don't know how it's still kicking, right? But and then the other twin comes in, she gets sliced, pushed to the side, right? So now Diamond, I don't know what the black girl. I'm calling her black girl. I don't know her name. So she escapes through the little thing. Right? She running, she fleeing, she's fighting back, she hiding, and she catches her. So right, you know what I mean? Where they do the guy on the kid in the lemonade stand, he slid him across the table. Yeah, picture that, but like rated R. And she just has the glass shard in her throat. GG, shake my hand. It was over. Now the boyfriend, he gets stabbed too because he tried to play hero. He's like, yeah, I got this. He did not have it. He indeed did not have it. So he gets stabbed. So he crawling away. He's like, no, no, I can't. Pulled him up, he grabbed them, yanked them up, put him on this little like drink dispenser thing. It was crazy, like straight Mortal Kombat fatality, finish him. Like, it was over, right? It like blood was coming out of his mouth, and then it was like this little drinks too. So it was a nice little combination of this stream of like blood and drinks. It was like really, really good. It was gruesome. Like the kills in this movie are really, really gruesome. I will say that. It's not like, oh, a little no, it's really, really gruesome. So now they outside. We cut back to Tatum and our boyfriend, right? She running for her life. Hiss. Ghostface chasing her. Hiss, right? Holding it. She then she moves around. She's bobbing and weaving, hits him with a loose sign, and then she hides. Right? She's like on this like little like bench. What is it? Like it's like a little like bench bus stop thing. So she's hiding, right? And then her boyfriend comes out of nowhere. First of all, how did he even know she was there? She has no indication she was there. And two, you're telling me you did not see the ghost that was walking in the middle of the street? Like, hello? Right, but right, see each other, they running. He gets cooked. He gets hit with the Chad treatment. His. Gone, dead. Now, remember earlier when I said, yeah, there's like 6 people in the friend group? They're all gone. Like they're all dead. So now I'm like, okay, if the entire friend group is gone, it's not gonna be Gail, and it's not gonna be the twins. Who is it? So I'm like, all right. So they did a little scene earlier where like Sydney's looking at the little crowd and the police, and she sees the teacher, the director, of the play, and then she sees the boyfriend. And he had these little ominous faces, and she walks away. So I'm like, all right, it has to be the teacher at this point, right? It isn't. We don't see him again. Like after that, we don't see him again. We don't see him. We don't hear of him. He's gone. He's just disappeared from the movie. So I'm like, okay, who is it? I have no idea who it is. It's not the husband. He got cooked in the little garage, which he survived somehow. But it is what it is. So now I'm like, okay, who is it? We don't know anybody else. We literally don't know anybody else besides like what the reporter that was working with Gail. Like that's it. That's the only other person I can think of that is in the movie that has some screen time. But we continue. Tatum starts running. She ends up in her mom's cafe, right? She's in there. She ends up in a little office. She blocks the door with the desk and the little the stands. All right, so her mom is calling. She's on the phone, headphones in. He's like, all right, look, get the gun, and I want you to point that thing at a wall, right? Breaking in, doom, doom, doom. Like, he's trying to get in there, right? And now Sydney is watching through like a little surveillance camera. So she's telling her, all right, this is what you got to do. It was really cool. I liked this portion. I liked it. They spoiled it in the trailer, but I liked it. It was cool. So she shoots through the wall. He gets him. He's like, all right, he is gone. Why didn't she? She then decides to leave the barricaded door and go out there. Why would you do that? You have him. All right. Is he dead or not? It really does not matter because he is shot and you are barricaded in a room. Call the cops, lady. Call the cops. Why haven't the cops arrived yet? What are they doing? It's a curfew, so it's no traffic. Call the cops. They gonna get there as soon as possible. And then we go handle it from there. But no, she decides to come out. They start scrapping because, of course, he isn't dead. And then another one, she puts him down, right? She goes to leave, but as she goes to leave, another one, the second Ghostface comes through the door. She gets kidnapped. So now Sydney's like, oh, man, we in your crib, G. She goes home, hauling it. Mind you. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but we don't see Gail again to the end of the movie, by the way. Like, after that interview, Sydney just runs off. Instead of taking her car, she said, you know what? I don't feel like going back upstairs and getting the keys. I'm just going to run, which is going to take even more time. Why would you do that? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Right? But she's running, right? She's right, straight running, hauling it, right? She gets home, and it's like this MCU freaking doomsday. Yeah, we have Stu here, and then we have Miss Loomis here, and then we have Mickey, and then we have Dewey, and it's like, okay, I don't hate it. I personally don't hate it. It's just like a little forced. The whole AI thing in the end turned out to be absolutely pointless, by the way. We're gonna get to that in like a couple minutes. But like this whole AI Stu thing led nowhere. it literally led nowhere. It didn't lead to anything. It was just like, yeah, we did it. Woo. Like there was no reason for any of this to happen, right? But we continue, right? Holding her daughter hostage. They did a nice little full circle moment. How the franchise started with the girl in the boyfriend, the thing, and the girl, has to answer questions, yada yada yada. All right, cool. So now Tatum is like trapped in the chair. They bring out the husband who's still alive, right? He got gutted, bleeding for hours. It's been hours at this point. It was from sunrise to sundown. The sun is completely gone. It's been a couple hours at this point. This man should be dead. by blood loss. How is he still alive? But he is, right? So he has this little thing. He trying to cut a little tape off her feet so she can move. All right, cool. So now she goes through the motivations. They reveal themselves. One of them is the psychiatric ward dude that we had like 3 minutes of conversation with. That was like, yeah, he didn't mention them really, but he's crazy. Oh, John Doe, yeah, he left 2 weeks ago. That was it. Like, that's it. That's all the screen time he had. That's all the dialogue he had, all the interactions he had. That's it. That's the only thing we had. And he's like, yeah, the whole Stu thing. Yeah, I had a background in AI. What? What? And then the other one gets revealed. It's the neighbor, and then the creepy dude's mother. So now I'm like, okay, that's random. Like the combined screen time of all three ghost faces, I kid you not, is like 5 minutes. The movie is like 2 hours. The combined screen time of all three ghost faces is like 5 minutes. Whoa. Like, why? That's just, that doesn't make any sense to me. But speaking of things that don't make sense, let's talk about her motive, right? She says, yo, I read your book. It inspired me to boom my husband. Right? He was very abusive. I got him out of there. But then I realized your life is trauma. And you didn't go to New York, Scream 6. You weren't there. So I was very disappointed. So I'm going to unretire you by trying to kill you. I'm going to say it one more time. I read your book. I got disappointed that you weren't in New York. We're in Texas, by the way. The movie is set in Dallas, right? You weren't in New York. So now I'm trying to kill you over it. I read your book. You weren't in a whole nother city or state a long ways away. So I'm disappointed and I'm trying to. That doesn't make sense. That by far is the worst motive I've ever heard. I think it's time to move forward. Like I after that, I'm like, okay, it's time to move forward. It's time to go forward. It's time, because the reasons they're trying to target Sydney are getting dumber and dumber. First movie, completely understand the whole parent thing. Cool. 2, makes a lot of sense. Hey, you killed my son. I'm getting revenge. Okay. 3, this is where you lose me. Oh, you have a long lost brother that you haven't heard of before. And now he's trying to kill you. What? Hello? What? And then 4 was like a whole, yeah, I want to be famous. I want to be a famous survivor thing. It's like, okay. And now 7, it's like, yeah, I read your book and I was mad. It's like, yeah, this time, like, yeah, you had something great with Tara and Sam in 5 and 6. You have potential to keep moving forward with that. But you say, you know what? I don't like what you posted on social media. We're going to ruin all this. And and then apparently there's a Scream 8. Yeah, bro. You can keep that. But let's continue. Right. Now, she booms. Oh, psychiatric ward dude. He dies. It's one shot. That's it. GG, shake my hand. So now they run off. The other girl, the neighbor lady, she runs off. She tells, hey, Tatum, stay here with your dad. She does not listen. Right? She goes in there in the little kill box garage with a whole bunch of curtain paint thing. Well, you know the thing you use paint. You don't get it everywhere. You know that. It's like, all right, we go in there. They scrapping, throwing good hands. She got the little screwdriver, stab him in the leg. Boom, elbowed her in the joint. Now she falls off, right? Tatum comes in, saves the day, yada, yada, yada. She runs off. And I'm like, all right, we gonna light her up. When I tell you, she gets lit up on some firing squad type beat, like straight face gone, like an MK fatality, like Melina just ate her face or something. Like, she was cooked. And I tell you, in the movie, Gail comes in, he's like, why would you leave me? Like, gee, I wonder why she gets a phone call. You know what's going on, right? She gets a phone call from the dude you say you want to get the phone call from. She runs off. Take a wild guess on what you think happened. Take a wild guess on what you think happened. What do you think happened on the phone? You think, oh man, I think it's time to pick up your meds. Like, no, like clearly something happened with her daughter and she ran off. And you do not appear again until everything is over. You have a car, ma'am. You have her keys, if anything. You telling me you couldn't follow? She's on feet. You telling me you couldn't just ride around and find her or something? Like, okay, relax. And then the movie ends. The husband, Mark, he survives. He gets put in the ambulance. Gail have a talk with Sydney. And then Tatum and Sydney, they have a conversation. Just like, yeah, I didn't want this to happen to you. I tried to protect you from this. He's like, yeah, I know. But I guess it wasn't your choice. And the movie ends. And all three walking off. Oh, man, this movie sucked. This movie was not good at all. And it's very disappointing because it's like the main pillars of a good Scream movie is the kills, the reveal, and the motive. Only the kills were good. The kills were phenomenal. The best in the entire series, in my opinion. When it comes to kills, this movie nails it. They nail it. Right? All of them, like besides like the generic off-screen neck slashes, like they were good. Right? The first one in the movie, the knife goes through his head, goes on the other side, and his eyeball starts to pop out. Right? It was brutal. Right? And the other trailer one, when she falls from the chandelier onto the knife, where he's bringing down like these. Right? Cool. All of them, fantastic. Plot, not good at all. A lot of characters were kind of pointless. The whole AI Stu thing, that was pointless. The twins were kind of unnecessary to be there. I'm going to be honest. There was kind of no point for them to be there. Gail has regressed as a character. 5, she was looking like she was going to move forward, be more compassionate, be more open, be more chill. And then now 6, she's like back to her old ways, which, all right. And 7, yeah, she's good old Gail from way back in the day, apparently now. And the motive, dumb. The worst in the series. The reveal was terrible. We didn't know any of the characters at all. So it's like, I have no attachment. It wasn't like oh, it was you. Like, no, it was like who? Like, who are you? Who are these people? Who are you? I haven't seen you since like the first 30 minutes of the movie. We are an hour and 50 minutes in here. What do you, who are you? I haven't seen you for a whole hour. Like, anyway. Yeah, like I said earlier, movie, a 4 out of 10. I think without the kills, this is like a solid like 2. Like, this is a really, really bad movie. The kills, they save it. They up the score a lot. I really, really liked it. But the plot, the reveal, the motive, terrible. In terms of Scream movies, I think, in my opinion, Scream 7 is the worst Scream movie. It surpassed 3 as the worst Scream movie. I think it's time to end it. I think it's time. I heard there's a Scream 8 in development. Sydney and Gail gotta die. They killed Dewey. Kill the other 2. It's time. Because the motives, again, dumb. Have Tatum be the new face of the franchise, and you move forward. You find a way to get the OG4 back or something, or you move forward Tatum. That's it. Move forward. It's over. It's over. Because Sydney, it's over. Nick Cable, you did a great job. Great job acting. You were phenomenal in this movie. Nothing personal. It's time to go, G. It's time. Okay, we're getting to a point where I'm like, all right, these motives and reasoning are getting dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber. It's time to move forward. Okay, Gail, you gotta go. You should have died in 6. I'm gonna be honest. You should have died in 6. Dewey died in 5. You died in 6. Sydney died in 7. Complete everything. 8 can be like a reboot or something. I don't care. All right, it's time. It's time. Okay, these movies went from a satirical take on horror movies to now a thing that they would joke on. This movie feels like a stab movie that they would joke about and say, "Oh, this thing sucks." Yeah, I'm done ranting. Uh, have a good day. Drink water. Bye.